Kindly like, subscribe and comment to get daily updates. Gautam S. Adani and Rajesh S. Adani. On behalf of S.B. Adani Family Trust, Promoter Group, revoked 15.00 lakh shares of Adani Ports in Special Economic Zone worth 54.90 crore rupees via revocation of pledged. Nirayu, Promoter Group, acquired 14.33 lakh shares of ALEMBIC worth 13.40 crore rupees via market purchase. Rahul Gupta, Promoter Group, acquired 3.00 lakh shares of APL Apollo Tubes worth 71.35 crore rupees via market purchase. RPR Sons Advisors Private, Promoter Group, pledged 67.00 lakh shares of AUROBINDO Pharma worth 553.82 crore rupees via creation of pledged. Chaitanya Talwalkar, Other, acquired 3.00 thousand shares of Axis Bank worth 9.20 lakh rupees via ESCORP. Chaitanya Talwalkar, Other, disposed 5.00 thousand shares of Axis Bank worth 25.52 lakh rupees via a market sale. Adani Trading Services LLP, Promoter Group, revoked 1.25 crore shares of Adani Green Energy worth 714.13 crore rupees via pledged released. Mr. Deepak Kumar Singh, designated person, disposed 10.00 thousand shares of Alkem Laboratories worth 2.84 crore rupees via a market sale. Mr. Sanjay Bhumik, designated person, disposed 1.70 thousand shares of BERGER Paints India worth 9.49 lakh rupees via market sale. Hari Prasad VK, designated person, disposed 1.70 thousand shares of BIOCON worth 7.07 lakh rupees via a market sale. Brij Ratan Bagri, promoter, acquired 28.34 thousand shares of BLB worth 1.74 lakh rupees via market. Shri Atul Jain, designated person, disposed 2.00 thousand shares of Bajaj Finance worth 73.17 lakh rupees via a market sale. Shri M. Muralidharan, designated person, disposed 1,000 shares of Bajaj Finance worth 36.66 lakh rupees via a market sale. Shri Rahul Rajvarma, designated person, acquired 625 shares of Bajaj Finance worth 4.78 lakh rupees via ESCORP. Shri Rahul Rajvarma, designated person, disposed 800 shares of Bajaj Finance worth 29.04 lakh rupees via a market sale. Krishan Venkatachari, KMP, disposed 3.00 thousand shares of CIGNITI Technologies worth 8.79 lakh rupees via market sale. Cosmo Films ESCORP 2015 Trust, disposed 14.00 thousand shares of Cosmo Films worth 55.74 lakh rupees via a market sale. Shailesh Verma, designated person, disposed 7.00 thousand shares of Cosmo Films worth 27.98 lakh rupees via ESCORP. Ayushman Goyal and Vinay Goyal, promoter, acquired 49.95 thousand shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Invita Goyal, promoter, acquired 49.95 thousand shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Arpit Goyal Sahuvila and Vinay Kumar Goyal, promoter, acquired 49.95 thousand shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Deepika Goyal, promoter, acquired 87.41 thousand shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Deepika Goyal, promoter, disposed 160 shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Ishani Goyal and Sunil Kumar Goyal, promoter, acquired 49.95 thousand shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Nitin Goyal Huff, promoter, acquired 160 shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Pragyan Goyal and Nitin Kumar Goyal, promoter, acquired 49.95 thousand shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Premchand Goyal, promoter, acquired 1.90 lakh shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Premchand Goyal, promoter, disposed 1.53 lakh shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Sejal Goyal and Sunil Kumar Goyal, promoter, acquired 49.91 thousand shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Sunil Kumar Goyal, promoter, disposed 81.12 thousand shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Sunil Kumar and Sons Huff, promoter, acquired 81.12 thousand shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Vinay Goyal Huff, promoter, acquired 1.12 lakh shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Vinay Kumar Goyal, promoter, disposed 3.39 lakh shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Yashomarthi Goyal and Sunil Kumar Goyal, promoter, acquired 49.95 thousand shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Yashomarthi Goyal Sahuwala, promoter, acquired 49.95 thousand shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. Yashomarthi Goyal Sahuwala, promoter, disposed 2.03 lakh shares of Crimson Metal Engineering Company worth 0 rupees via off-market. M. Ravi Prasada Rao, employee, disposed 390 shares of DR.REDDY'S Laboratories worth 17 lakh rupees via market sale. Alok.REDDY'S, designated person, acquired 500 shares of Dr. Lal PathLabs worth 5,000 rupees via ESCORTS. Alok.REDDY'S, designated person, disposed 142 shares of Dr. Lal PathLabs worth 2.76 lakh rupees via a market sale. Dr. Lal PathLabs Employee Welfare Trust, disposed 12.65 thousand shares of Dr. Lal PathLabs worth 1.26 lakh rupees via ESCORTS. Dr. Om Prakash Manchanda, Director, acquired 12.50 thousand shares of Dr. Lal PathLabs worth 1.25 lakh rupees via ESCORTS. Manoj Kumar Garg, designated person, acquired 650 shares of Dr. Lal PathLabs worth 6.50 thousand rupees via ESCORTS. Manoj Kumar Garg, designated person, disposed 222 shares of Dr. Lal PathLabs worth 4.26 lakh rupees via a market sale. Shankar Banerjee, designated person, acquired 1,000 shares of Dr. Lal PathLabs worth 10,000 rupees via ESCORTS. Lalit Malik, employee, disposed 30.00 thousand shares of EICHER Motors worth 6.45 crore rupees via a market sale. Arulananda Prabhu, employee, disposed 1.75 thousand shares of EICHER Motors worth 37.71 lakh rupees via a market sale. Neeraj Mehra, designated person, disposed 1.50 thousand shares of ESCORTS worth 17.52 lakh rupees via a market sale. Mr. Hemant Daga, designated person, disposed 55.00 thousand shares of Edelweiss Financial Services worth 44.97 lakh rupees via a market sale. Shilpa Gatani, designated person, disposed 30.00 thousand shares of Edelweiss Financial Services worth 24.78 lakh rupees via a market sale. Ganpati Vishwanathan, Director, acquired 1.20 lakh shares of GENESYS International Corporation worth 61.49 lakh rupees via market purchase. Hinduja Capital, Promoter, disposed 1.46 lakh shares of GOCL Corporation worth 2.89 crore rupees via a market sale. GRAVITA Employee Welfare Trust, acquired 40.00 thousand shares of GRAVITA India worth 21.09 lakh rupees via market purchase. Abhishek Jalan, Promoter, disposed 42.72 thousand shares of Grovy India worth 11.75 lakh rupees via gift. Ankur Jalan, Promoter, acquired 42.72 thousand shares of Grovy India worth 11.75 lakh rupees via gift. HDFC Bank, Promoter, acquired 1.75 thousand shares of HDB Financial Services worth 185.36 crore rupees via allotment. G. Srikanth, Designated Person, pledged 45.00 thousand shares of HDFC Asset Management Company worth 11.12 crore rupees via creation of pledged. Aditya Resources, Promoter Group, acquired 3.04 lakh shares of HIMATSINGKA SEIDE worth 2.42 crore rupees via interstate transfer. Avdhem Trading Co., Promoter Group, acquired 3.53 lakh shares of HIMATSINGKA SEIDE worth 2.81 crore rupees via interstate transfer. Bihar Mercantile Union, Promoter Group, disposed 16.53 lakh shares of HIMATSINGKA SEIDE worth 13.07 crore rupees via interstate transfer. Orient Silk Private, Promoter Group, acquired 7.03 lakh shares of HIMATSINGKA SEIDE worth 5.59 crore rupees via interstate transfer. Priya Resources, Promoter Group, acquired 2.93 lakh shares of HIMATSINGKA SEIDE worth 2.33 crore rupees via interstate transfer. D'Souza JCA, Designated Person, pledged 1.74 lakh shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 31.53 crore rupees via creation of pledged. Rajan HAYAGREVAN, Designated Person, pledged 877 shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 15.97 lakh rupees via creation of pledged. Rajan HAYAGREVAN, Designated Person, revoked 877 shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 16.01 lakh rupees via revocation of pledged. RHUBENKARSANLAL Kothari, Promoter, acquired 35.00 thousand shares of ISL Consulting worth 3.76 lakh rupees via market purchase. Abhishek Bhatia, Designated Person, disposed 3.00 thousand shares of IndiaMART InterMESH worth 1.27 crore rupees via a market sale. Asif Ali, Designated Person, disposed 1,000 shares of IndiaMART InterMESH worth 45.94 lakh rupees via a market sale. Madhup Agrawal, Designated Person, disposed 11.00 thousand shares of IndiaMART InterMESH worth 4.75 crore rupees via a market sale. Sumit Bedi, Designated Person, disposed 1,000 shares of IndiaMART InterMESH worth 43.96 lakh rupees via a market sale. Ayaz Abdul Aziz ARBANI, Employee, disposed 250 shares of Indian Energy Exchange worth 49.38 thousand rupees via market sale. JSW Steel Employees Welfare Trust, ESOP Plan 2016 AC, Other, disposed 1.01 lakh shares of JSW Steel worth 2.94 crore rupees via a market sale. JSW Techno Projects Management Promoter Group revoked 1.20 lakh shares of JSW Steel worth 3.37 crore rupees via revocation of pledged. JTPM Metal Traders Private Promoter Group acquired 8.75 lakh shares of JSW Steel worth 24.81 crore rupees via market purchase. Mr. Paramjit Gurung, designated person, disposed 7.50 thousand shares of JSW Steel worth 20.20 lakh rupees via a market sale. VSS Money, promoter and director, acquired 1.04 lakh shares of JSW worth 3.93 crore rupees via market purchase. Akila Krishna Kumar, promoter group, disposed 8.00 thousand shares of MINDTREE worth 95.88 lakh rupees via a market sale. Krishna Kumar N., promoter, disposed 5.00 thousand shares of MINDTREE worth 59.64 lakh rupees via a market sale. NS Parthasarathi, promoter, disposed 4.50 lakh shares of MINDTREE worth 54.23 crore rupees via a market sale. Roster Ravanan, promoter, disposed 100.00 thousand shares of MINDTREE worth 12.05 crore rupees via a market sale. Siddharth Krishna Kumar, promoter group, disposed 28.00 thousand shares of MINDTREE worth 3.31 crore rupees via a market sale. Subrato Bagchi, promoter, disposed 1.08 lakh shares of MINDTREE worth 12.96 crore rupees via a market sale. Sushmita Bagchi, promoter group, disposed 1.37 lakh shares of MINDTREE worth 16.74 crore rupees via a market sale. GG Holdings Pltd, promoter group, acquired 1.97 thousand shares of Motor and General Finance worth 34.38 thousand rupees via market purchase. Max Ventures Investment Holdings Private, promoter, pledged 5.40 lakh shares of Max Financial Services worth 33.24 crore rupees via creation of pledged. Max Ventures Investment Holdings Private, promoter, revoked 7.16 lakh shares of Max Financial Services worth 42.59 crore rupees via pledged released. Max Ventures Investment Holdings Private, promoter, revoked 9.95 lakh shares of Max India worth 6.38 crore rupees via pledged released. TUMMALA Venkatrao, designated person, acquired 2.00 thousand shares of NATCO Pharma worth 15.70 lakh rupees via market purchase. Srinivasan Parameshwaran, KMP, disposed 45.00 thousand shares of NOCIL worth 59.27 lakh rupees via a market sale. Krishna Raju Totar, designated person, acquired 5.00 thousand shares of Nippon Life India Asset Management worth 10.21 lakh rupees via ESCORTS. Frisia Investment and Trading Company, promoter group, acquired 20.00 thousand shares of Orient Bell Limited worth 19.75 lakh rupees via market purchase. Prahlad Bhai Patel, promoter and director, acquired 10.00 thousand shares of PSP Projects worth 44.58 lakh rupees via market purchase. Anj Land Holdings Limited, promoter group, acquired 41.20 thousand shares of Pudumji Paper Products worth 5.90 lakh rupees via market purchase. Quadrant Enterprises PVT, promoter group, pledged 2.15 crore shares of Quadrant Televentures worth 45.18 lakh rupees via pledged released. MRANKIT's Shah, promoter, acquired 9.97 thousand shares of Sacheta Metals worth 1.44 lakh rupees via market purchase. Rajat Lal, promoter, acquired 6.30 thousand shares of Sir Shadi Lal Enterprises worth 2.58 lakh rupees via market purchase. Rajat Lal Revised, promoter, acquired 1.43 thousand shares of Sir Shadi Lal Enterprises worth 56.67 thousand rupees via market purchase. Jayant Davar, promoter and director, acquired 1,000 shares of Sandhar Technologies worth 2.30 lakh rupees via market purchase. Anurit HP Singh, promoter group, acquired 2.42 lakh shares of Saturn Credit Care Network worth 36.27 lakh rupees via public right. Jugal Kataria, KMP, acquired 40.19 thousand shares of Saturn Credit Care Network worth 6.03 lakh rupees via public right. Neeti Singh, promoter group, acquired 66.38 thousand shares of Saturn Credit Care Network worth 9.96 lakh rupees via public right. Satwinder Singh, promoter, acquired 1.29 lakh shares of Saturn Credit Care Network worth 19.30 lakh rupees via public right. Trishastna Holdings and Investments Private, promoter group, acquired 1.10 crore shares of Saturn Credit Care Network worth 16.53 crore rupees via public right. Vasterior Holdings and Investments Private, promoter group, acquired 1.20 lakh shares of Saturn Credit Care Network worth 18.06 lakh rupees via public right. Suresh Gadar Lal Vora, employee, acquired 20.00 thousand shares of Share India Securities worth 16.82 lakh rupees via market purchase. Astha Trust, promoter, acquired 10.00 thousand shares of Starteck Finance worth 4.92 lakh rupees via market purchase. Jayalakshmi Venkataraman, promoter, disposed 3.91 thousand shares of Ultramarine and Pigments worth 10.13 lakh rupees via a market sale. Srita Sundararajan, promoter, disposed 4.90 thousand shares of Ultramarine and Pigments worth 12.71 lakh rupees via a market sale. Neutral Publishing House, promoter group, acquired 6.50 lakh shares of Usha Mutton worth 1.74 crore rupees via market purchase. Pita House Investments, promoter, disposed 15.00 lakh shares of Usha Mutton worth 3.99 crore rupees via a market sale. Sachet Jain, promoter and director, acquired 2.00 thousand shares of Vardhaman Special Steels worth 1.44 lakh rupees via market purchase. ZF International UK, promoter, acquired 34.35 lakh shares of WABCO India worth 2,427.53 crore rupees via market purchase. Upon a year, designated person, disposed 2.00 thousand shares of Wipro worth 5.55 lakh rupees via a market sale. Nagarjuna Sadineni, designated person, disposed 2.00 thousand shares of Wipro worth 5.72 lakh rupees via a market sale. Ashok Atluri, promoter and director, acquired 11.00 lakh shares of Zen Technologies worth 8.36 crore rupees via allotment. Kishore Dutt Atluri, promoter, acquired 11.00 lakh shares of Zen Technologies worth 8.36 crore rupees via allotment.